Rahul Gandhi was sentenced to 2 years in jail. The very next day, Rahul Gandhi was disqualified from the Lok Sabha as a convicted politician, and it was said that he cannot remain a parliamentarian. He set out that emotional video as well when he was vacating his residence in the national capital. Later on, Rahul Gandhi approached the Surat Sessions Court for a stay on the conviction. On the 20th of April, the Sessions Court earlier rejected Rahul Gandhi's plea and said Rahul Gandhi, being the member of parliament and the former chief of the country's second largest political party, should have been more careful. On the 25th of April, Rahul Gandhi appealed to the High Court challenging the Surat Sessions Court order. In May, the Gujarat Court refused to grant any interim relief to Rahul Gandhi and said that the final order will be passed after the summer vacation. 2 months after that, today, we were expecting and awaiting that particular verdict. It has come out. It's a major setback for Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party. The High Court has refused to stay Rahul's conviction. Joining us on the broadcast is our legal editor, Ashok Bagria. Ashok, how are you looking at this major development today? All media channels are glued to their screens and the proceedings of the Honorable Court. What does this mean for Rahul Gandhi? What kind of legal remedies are available in front of him? And I mean, just about, keeping the politics aside, would like you to throw some light on that as well towards the end.
Well, in one sense, it's not a surprising verdict because on an earlier occasion, this very court had declined to give him interim stay on the conviction. Now, what had happened in the proceedings when it happened in May, there was a very strong case which was made out by Rahul Gandhi's counsel in the Gujarat High Court saying that irreparable damage would happen to Rahul Gandhi's chances of contesting election, and also damage would be caused to the people of Wayanad, the constituency, the Lok Sabha constituency Rahul Gandhi represents. Now, what really happens is, I'll just give you a little background of the law. Is under the Representation of People's Act, if any person, any sitting member of Parliament or Legislative Assembly is convicted of a criminal offence which carries a sentence of 2 or more years, he or she stands disqualified immediately from the date of the judgment. In Rahul Gandhi's case also, he was found guilty of passing defamatory remarks against a class of people who had Modi as their surname. The Surat court had punished him and sentenced him to 2 years imprisonment. Now, when the imprisonment order was pronounced, immediately Rahul Gandhi stood disqualified as a member of parliament from the Lok Sabha constituency of Wayanad, and his lawyers moved the Sessions Court in Surat seeking a stay on the conviction, because there are two things. One is the stay on conviction and stay on the sentence. While the court stayed the sentence, granted a stay on the sentence, which actually meant that he was free to be on bail, there was no stay on conviction. Immediately they moved the Surat Sessions Court and then subsequently the Gujarat High Court. Today, what the Gujarat High Court has basically done, it's passed a reasoned order. In May, what they had done was that they had declined any interim relief or an immediate urgent relief on the matter whether there should be a stay on conviction or not. But today, the Gujarat High Court passing a reasoned order saying that, look, what we believe is that the stay on conviction is something which has to be exercised by the courts on very rare occasions, and they believe that this is not one of those rarest of the rare cases in which a stay on conviction can be granted. The second important thing that the judge, while pronouncing the verdict, said was that I see that even during the pendency of this case, there are many criminal cases which have been filed against Rahul Gandhi, who is the accused or who is the petitioner in this particular case. And he also referred to one particular case of defamation which had been filed in Lucknow, where Rahul Gandhi had uttered defamatory words against Veer Savarkar. So in this backdrop, the High Court judge has come to a conclusion that nothing will happen if the stay on conviction is not granted, and they have basically refused to stay the conviction of Rahul Gandhi. Now, what really happens from here on is that as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned, he has the option of approaching a division bench of the Gujarat High Court, or basically coming to the Supreme Court saying that something has to be done as far as his particular case is concerned, and he can say that there is an irreparable damage which will happen to him And one more important thing that
Hmm.
in March, the Lok Sabha Secretariat had disqualified Rahul Gandhi as a member of parliament from Lok Sabha. But ever since then, the Election Commission of India has not notified elections to the Wayanad constituency, and which is pretty surprising. So it will be very interesting to see that how things go from here, because now the High Court has applied its mind and said that they don't believe that a case for stay of conviction is made out.
In terms of what next for Rahul Gandhi, is he going to be like moving the Supreme Court, a higher judicial institution?
Well, that will basically depend on the legal advice he's given. Now there are two options available to
Hmm,
him.
hmm.
Now this particular judgment which was delivered today was delivered by a bench of one judge. Now this particular judgment can be challenged before a division bench of the Gujarat High Court, or the lawyers or Rahul Gandhi can come straight to Supreme Court and say that, or try to make out a case before the Supreme Court, that if this particular stay order is not
Hmm.
granted, massive damage will happen to his political career. And another very important question of law, there are actually two questions of law which are involved here. One is that in the last at least 50, 60 years, in a defamation case, in a criminal defamation case,
Hmm.
nobody has been granted the maximum punishment of
Maximum is 2 years,
two
and two
years.
years is what you need to stop existing as
Yeah.
a member of parliament.
So in the last 50 years, or as far as I can recall, that in none of the cases that I know of, 2 year punishment has been handed out. So it was really surprising that the maximum punishment was given to Rahul Gandhi.